Hello there guys, it's Lloyd here, aka Hello Antonio, and today I've got something just a little bit different for you. Still travel related, but I wanted to tell you a little story. So yeah, I want to tell you about how I went from this, my battered old British passport, which is what's pretty much got me everywhere that I've been so far on this channel. Look at all my stamps and stuff in there. To a brand new passport, which is in here. It's secret at the moment. Let me tell you how I got the secret passport in here, which I've not used yet, but I'm a very proud owner of it. It's beautiful. Right, let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so you can see it's a different colour to my old passport, okay? So this is a British passport from when we were in the European Union. It's got this like burgundy colour to it, and this one, this brand new passport I've got, it's this bluish colour, but it's also quite different to the passport I had before because it is a Bailiwick of Guernsey passport. Yes, I've lived in the Bailiwick of Guernsey for, now 2.5 months. When I got this through, I had only been here about 6 weeks. And yeah, I am now the proud owner of a Bailiwick of Guernsey passport. You can see it's just the same colour as the new British passports from the United Kingdom, like I probably should have. But yeah, this one, I had to be a little bit different with renewing my passport this time. So I've got my Bailiwick of Guernsey one. So yes, this is what we call a Guernsey variant British passport. And if I read from my notes here, it's a British passport issued to British citizens who are in the Bailiwick of Guernsey. Operative word being in. Okay, so you don't have to be like formally registered or anything. You just have to be in the Bailiwick of Guernsey. That includes obviously Guernsey, Sark, Herm and Alderney for the time that the passport is being processed. And it's issued by the Office of the Customs and Immigration Department in St. Peter Port, here, the capital, town, city, village of the island of Guernsey. So Guernsey, just in case you don't know, it's an island of about 27 square miles or 70 square kilometres in the English Channel, and it's actually closer to France than it is to the UK. And as part of its jurisdiction, it's also got Alderney, Herm and Sark as part of its bailiwick under its sphere of influence. And there's often a misconception that Guernsey is part of the UK, but it's actually not. It just has a very close relationship with the UK. The UK is responsible for its defence and its international relations, but on the whole, Guernsey is actually autonomous. It almost operates as its own country, you could say. I have a passport from a different country, a country which I only lived in for a few weeks before getting the passport from it. How did I become eligible for having a Guernsey passport? Well, I just applied whilst in Guernsey and told them I would still be in Guernsey during the processing time. So yeah, that's how I got my Guernsey passport. I didn't really know whether it would come back as a Guernsey passport. I just sent off the application form. I got the application form, filled it out. Nice and simple compared to the regular United Kingdom one. And I got it back. Wasn't sure if it would say United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland on it, or the Bailiwick of Guernsey. And it turns out it says the Bailiwick of Guernsey. So yeah, there we go. So here you can see in my old passport, it says Her Britannic Majesty, Secretary of State, requests and requires, in the name of Her Majesty, all those whom it may concern, to allow the bearer to pass freely without let or hindrance, and to afford the bearer such assistance and protection as may be necessary. So you can see there's a very explicit mention of our former monarch, the Queen. And of course, the passports haven't been updated to reflect her death last year, but here's what it says differently anyway in my new Guernsey passport. So, Her Britannic Majesty's Lieutenant Governor and Commander-in-Chief at Guernsey, brackets Channel Islands, requests and requires in the name of Her Majesty all those whom it may concern to allow the bearer to pass freely without let or hindrance, and to afford the bearer such assistance and protection as may be necessary. There's somebody else who's now given me permission. It's the Britannic Majesty's Lieutenant Governor and Commander-in-Chief at Guernsey. Who really is that? That's the Crown, or the Monarch's, personal representative here in the Bailiwick. Cool. Appointed for a 5-year term, apparently. According to Wikipedia, it's this bloke, the Lieutenant General Richard Cripwell. He's got a very nice uniform there. Basically, my last passport was issued to me by the Queen, and now it's issued to me by this bloke. Right, Rich? He's got a CBE, so yeah, he's quite a prominent figure. So you may be wondering who is eligible for a Guernsey passport, and it's basically anybody born in Guernsey, Jersey, the UK, Isle of Man, any other country around the world where you're eligible for a British passport, basically, as long as you're here in the Bailiwick of Guernsey. And I guess there are ways you can get a Guernsey passport on living here for a certain amount of time as well. I know we have a big Portuguese community here, for example, and I'm not up to date with the rules on that, but that's something you should look into if you are living here in Guernsey in the Bailiwick and you're from another part of the world which isn't British. Then that's something you should look into, because I think the rules are different depending on which country around the world you're from. And what are the benefits of a Guernsey passport? Well, you can live and work in the UK, I guess, and Guernsey, Jersey, Isle of Man, other British places around the world, I guess. So yeah, that's a big benefit. Obviously for me, I'm not really sure yet. Is it going to let me come and work in Guernsey whenever I feel like it without needing to get a work permit? I'm not really sure, but it's quite hard to come and work in Guernsey anyway. And what impact has having a Guernsey passport had on my life compared to when I had a UK passport before? Well, pretty much nothing at all so far. There's one instance I can think of. I've been applying for some summer jobs teaching English back home in the UK, and I had to put Channel Islander as my nationality rather than British from the UK because of my passport. And that was about it. So I had to, there was this weird thing, it said nationality British, not including Channel Islands, and then there was Channel Islands. So I had to put Channel Islands as my nationality on an application form, even though I'm not from the Channel Islands and I'm British. I'm from Kent, Chatham, wonderful part of the world. Yeah, so it's really weird, just like little things like that, little technicalities where people around the world don't always understand the complex relationship between the Channel Islands, the Bailiwicks of Guernsey and Jersey, and the UK, and obviously how that feeds into the rest of the world. So yeah, that's one very small consequence it had for me. They sent me a rejection for that job a couple of days ago, so maybe they didn't like me because I'm a Channel Islander, and maybe it's disadvantaged me, who knows. A little different to my usual content, but if you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'm happy to answer any. Obviously, you know, I've been joking that I'm now a true Guern with my Bailiwick of Guernsey passport, but I know that that's not true. I know that I'll never be a true Guern. I didn't grow up in these parts, as lovely as they are. It's a couple of months later. Yeah, sorry, I know, I've not uploaded for quite a while. I've had a bit of a hiatus. I've been a bit busy recently. But I managed to use my passport to go to the United States, and they didn't even stamp it, so maybe that's a small advantage of a Guernsey passport. Anyway, thought I'd show you something a little bit interesting. Look, you can clearly see there the only mention of the United Kingdom in the passport. This is in like the decorative pages, you know, these high security pages, and you can see there it says United Kingdom also there, right in the middle page. Very nice. So there's still like a connection with the United Kingdom, and I believe they're produced over in the UK at one of those passport offices that they've got. Anyway, I brought you to Beau Séjour Leisure Centre this evening, and I'm going to show you where I got the passport form from all those months ago now. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that stuff. I hate saying that as a YouTuber, but you've got to, you know, so that the algorithm will keep feeding you my little videos that I do all around the Channel Islands and other parts of the world when I go there. So if you want to see what I got up to in the United States, and yeah, it was quite good fun, make sure you stick around. So here we are. If you want to get one of these rare Guernsey passports, you're going to need to be in the Bailiwick for at least 6 weeks and have an address to go to. This is the main entrance. I'm just walking there now. And then you go in through the door there, which I just went through, and over here is where I got my passport form, but it's May now and everybody's getting their passports ready for the summer holiday, so there are none here at the moment, but this is where they were. It'll be a nice little blue form for an adult, an orange one for a child. So if you want to get one, you have to get the application form quick. But on the States of Guernsey website, there's a whole list of places where you can get them. I think you can get them from one of the co-op supermarkets, maybe the Tourist Information Centre, States of Guernsey office, but yeah, go to their website if you want to get one. Anyway, I hope this was a little bit interesting. A little bit of a different one. I'm very proud to be the owner of a Guernsey passport, what can I say? Okay, take care guys, I'll see you on the next one. Over and out from a beautiful evening in St. Peter Port. Look at that sunset. Well, late evening sun.